Hello. Can we get the music down a little bit? Well, we have a really good audience today. I can't really see most of you, but actually this is a pretty good turnout considering the rain. I would not come here if I was you. Welcome to the show. We're very excited to have most of you here, not all. And our first performer is our president. His name is Izana. He's one of my best friends. Please give him a round of applause. Izana is first up.
All right, guys, I'm mostly here for the warm-up acts. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you know, it'd be funny if I whipped out my notes app and saw everything I've written in there while drunk. So yeah, by the way, so stand-up comedians, we write down our joke ideas as soon as we think of them, right? It's just the only problem is I'm only funny when I'm drunk. All right, you and I are both going to experience this together. Okay, this is not a planned thing. Some of these things are really out of context. All right, so what do I write here? I should write a book called Everybody Gets Cancer. That what was justified. Let's see. Do you ever think that swordfish have car accidents and have to exchange insurance? Okay, actually I do remember my thought process there. Let me elaborate. All right, so here's what I'm thinking, right? Ocean's a vast place, all right? There's not that many swordfish out there, okay? So I assume they're all kind of concentrated in the same area. I read somewhere they travel at like 45 miles an hour. So I was like, what happens when, they intersect? He's like, oh, dude, you busted my nose! Who's gonna pay for this? Rhinoplastic's pretty expensive. And the other's like, I don't have insurance. So that was my thought process there. My roommate once asked to borrow toilet paper, and I said no. I had a stack next to me, so he got really upset. But here's the thing. Why would the toilet paper that I give to him? And then I stopped writing. So, I just like the idea that at some point I was drunk and just like a dragon hoarding toilet paper. By the way, this was I wrote this probably maybe 2 weeks ago, so I don't... Let's see here. The very concept of Christmas trees. Okay, I actually think I remember some of this too. I'm pretty sure that I was like, man, how the fuck did we end up from how did we go from, man, Jesus Christ was born, let's go, to yo, bring that tree inside. Right? I'd like to imagine that it went something like this, right? It was like, Jesus Christ, and it was like, whatever. 3 kings come through. Hey, here's your gifts, Here you go. And then Joseph's in the back, and he's just like, she definitely cheated on me. I'm not buying this. And then he went outside, and he started whacking a tree to get the anger out or something. And he just dragged it inside and put it up. Sometimes when you're having a midlife crisis, you just do strange things. And eventually, I assume that became tradition. The 3 kings saw that, and they're like, so we gotta do that. That's what we gotta bring the tree inside. Also, what's the deal with the fact that Christmas trees are evergreens? Okay, I've not been to the Middle East, but I don't think there's a lot of evergreen trees there. Right? You'd think maybe you'd see a cypress or something. Maybe I don't know. So yeah. Do what you will with that information. Why do we call Worcestershire sauce when we could call it what's this here sauce? Because no one ever knows how to pronounce it or what it's made of. Recently I found out that A1 sauce contains raisins, and I've been changed as a person after discovering that. I fucking hate raisins. Alright, let's see. Tennis matches kind of sound like gay sex. You ever notice that? And every guy who comes up, it's like, oh! Ah! Ooh! I don't get it. And the weird thing is, I was getting a haircut. Okay, this is gonna sound unrelated. I was getting a haircut. My barber, he's sitting there, he's cutting my hair. He's this old dude, he likes watching tennis. This is when I made this realization. I turn around to him and I'm like, hey. And he's like, what? He's a kind of gruff guy. And he goes, and I go hey, so why do they sound like that? Why are they making these really loud grunts every time they hit the ball? And he's like, I don't know, but every single one of them's got their own noise. I was like, what? Yeah, apparently if you're a real tennis fan, you can just watch them, like you can just listen and be like, that's Ratchkovic. That's him. Oh, like, I don't, that's Ratchkovic. I should start playing a game when I'm drunk where I'm just like, man, is it tennis or is it gay sex? You know, just close my eyes. Have my friends, you know, teal it up or whatever. I think that'd be a fun game to play. Oh, here's another one. We have heated chairs in my car, but only when the car's on fire. See, it's funny because I actually just got a car, just like last week. Like I'm 21 and I didn't own a car, I didn't drive or anything like that until like maybe recently, right? Like, so I'm a menace on the roads. If you see a 1996 Toyota Camry on the road, just avoid me at all costs because I don't know how to fucking drive. It's a miracle I got my driver's license. I failed that twice. Okay? So you're gonna be like, man, he's driving this. Did he just pull a U-turn? On the highway? I'm like, what? I saw something cool. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed my senseless drunk ramblings.
Drunk thoughts are always funny, you know, but you know what's not funny? Alcohol addiction. If you have an addiction, please stop. It's not funny. Your family loves you. Anyways, our next performer is AJ. It's his second time up here. He's a really funny guy. Yeah, that's it. Let him go.
Thank you for the additional clap. Thank you. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Thank you.
Not this.
God bless, I got it that time. All right. How's everybody's spring break? That didn't sound very good. Well, I will tell you about my spring break. I have some good news for everybody, just to start off with. I have now been blessed with a brand new baby sister. She was born on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. So, according to Google, her life is now aligned and good to go. Not in our family, it isn't. She's been screwed over from the start. And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, when it comes to my sister, I've never had a sister before. I'll do anything for her. I'll take a bullet for her. I get scammed for her, which actually did happen. I did get scammed. $15. So it was a long, tedious process. My mother was like, look, I'm in the hospital. I need you to come down here. I need to see you because I need to see my favorite child. I need to see you. So I was like, you know what? I'm okay. So I'll drive down there. I sped through North Carolina. I walked into South Carolina to a gas station where I ran into this short Hispanic man who scammed me out of $15. But the crazy thing about him scamming me was that he didn't look poor. He had a very late model car. But the crazy thing was that he was like, look, I don't have any money. Look, I have my family in the car. Look at my kids. They're all in the car. They're all crying and stuff. And I look in the back, and they don't even know what's happening. They're just kind of just sitting there like, hey, Dad, where are we? So I look, and he's like, look, I have no gas. Look. So I look in the car, and my stepdad taught me one important thing. If you're going to do a long road trip that's more than 10 miles, you should, fill up either halfway or, about a quarter away. This man was dinner at Eve, just kind of just walking to the gas station. So I was like, you know what? Since Tech decided to bless me, since it was Black History Month, they decided, hey, we're going to refund you $310. So I decided to flex all my hard-earned money that my ancestors worked hard for me and spend all that money. So I was like, you know what? In the spirit of giving, I'll give you $15. So I gave him my money. And then he decided to continue to tell me, he's like, this is not enough. How am I supposed to get from South Carolina to Miami with $15? And I was like, why is that my problem? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? So I told him, so I pulled out my black card, my poverty card. I was like, look, all I had was $15 for you. So his face went from, oh my God, what am I gonna do, to, oh, I see. If you can help me, you can help me. My initial reaction was, so you're going to tell me, oh, you can help, when I gave you $15 of my mother's hard-earned money. I didn't work for that one. So he got in his car, sped off, and then ended up running out of gas about 5 miles later. I drove past him on the highway, even waved to him, said goodbye. But that's just to tell you how much I love my sister. I'll do anything for her, even get scammed out of $15 for her. But the best part was I actually got to see her, finally. But before I got to see her, my stepdad sent me a picture of her. And when I first saw her, I thought that he carjacked an Asian baby because she didn't look black. So I asked him, I'm like, are you sure this is the right child? Like, this doesn't look right. Did mother cheat on you or something? Like, so he's like, no, this is right. And I'm like, okay, you must be colorblind. So I get to Georgia and I'm waiting for my sister to come through because mom's in the hospital. So she gets here, she's sleeping, just being a baby, just sleeping. So I look at her and I'm like, yeah, you're one of us. You're black. Your skin got blacker. So my dad told me the same thing when I was a baby. He was like, he's not my child. He's not black enough. So I was like, if my father's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it to you, right? But they all say that having a baby is a gift. It's a blessing from God. No, the fuck it's not. Because all she does is cry, shit, poops herself, right? And just touches stuff. But the crazy thing is that I got to hold her for the first time ever. And I was very happy about that. I was very nervous because stepdad was like, you need to just, hold her head because she's too stupid to hold it up herself. So I'm holding her head and I was like, I'm gonna drop her. I'm very nervous. So I hand her back to him. And then the next day he was like, you need to just get over being afraid to hold your sister. And then the next morning, I hear my mother screaming her head off, and the reason she's screaming her head off is because my stepdad dropped my sister while he was sleeping, and when she woke up, when my mother walked into the living room, my sister was face down on the floor, just screaming her head off, and my stepdad was like, well, I was holding her, then I fell asleep. Last thing I know, she's on the floor screaming. But the crazy thing is that he tried to kind of play it off like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's okay, she's a newborn, her skull's still developing. And I'm like, really? Your skull's not developing? Because that's a very dumb answer. So he was like, no, we don't have to take her to the hospital. It's okay, she's fine. Even EMS was like, no, she's fine. It's okay, not the end of the world, right? So my mother was like, I don't think she was very insistent on going to the hospital, so we went to the hospital. Thankfully she was okay, I hope. We will see when she gets older how retarded she becomes. But aside from that, everything is great. I'm glad she's here. And if she's watching this, which she'll never see, you do nothing but cause me pain and suffering. I hate you. Thank you.
Well, oh my God. That's a story that a lot of us can relate to. I myself was dropped on my head many times. My mother tried to convince me that it was not intentional, but Anyways, that was a pretty good set, and now we're going to go on to the next guy. His name is Dylan, and he's Australian. Give it up for Dylan!
I am Australian, it's true. I know, crazy. I'm a foreigner. I'm here legally, don't worry. Anyway, who here has worked a public service or minimum wage job? Right? Who here? I am so sorry. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. Those are such crap jobs. Those will be the death of you. I know this because I worked in public service and minimum wage jobs. You know what's the worst public service job? Contrary to all your belief, it's lifeguarding. I don't believe this gets complained about enough, so I'm going to use my precious stage time to complain about lifeguarding. Because that shit sucks. Ass. There are a few reasons I hate lifeguarding. For one, I am white. If you haven't realized already. I am a walking fire hazard. Probably the most flammable thing in this building. Like, these stage lights alone are going to give me a 3rd-degree burn. I'm going to come home tonight like with my big gallon of aloe vera and just spread it across myself. Yeah. So I burn really easily, and you might be thinking, oh, Dylan, the pool could just serve that by giving you guys umbrellas. And they did give us umbrellas. However, I am 90% sure that they got these umbrellas for $5 off of eBay. And I say this because I found those exact same umbrellas for $5 on eBay. These umbrellas do not move. They just stay still. They are static, which is great because the sun, as the day goes on, moves across the sky, unlike the umbrellas. So like I can actually track the time by how high the sunburn has rised up my body. I can like look, and I'm like, oh, it's 2 p.m., cool. It's like a James Bond movie, you know, slowly watching the laser rise. Yeah. Reason number 2, children. Screw children. Yeah. Hate kids. Hate kids. The worst thing about kids is when you catch them breaking the rules, when you catch them doing something wrong, and you look at them and they give you that look, you know? And they give you that look and you're like, oh, they know they're breaking the rules. They know that that they broke the rules. They're just trying to piss me off. And you know. And they know that you know that they know. But the problem is that they know that you can't prove that they know that they know that you know that they know that they broke the rules. So they just end up getting away with it, and I just end up sitting in my chair going, no, don't do that. Please. Don't run. I'll blow my whistle harder. Yeah. You know what's worse than kids, though? It's adults. Yeah, I'm looking at all of you. Fucking adults. Because the problem is, adults will never, ever know that they're wrong. They'll never admit that they're wrong. They'll never admit that you're talking to them. I could get off of my lifeguarding chair. I could walk right up to them. I could recite their full name and social security number, and they would still look over at the kid next to them and be like, hey, he's talking to you. Like, no, Mr. Newman. I'm not talking to the kid happily playing by himself. It's actually you who's currently sitting on the lane line tossing his kid 5 feet in the air. I know, it surprised me too. And even if they acknowledge that you're talking to them, they'll come up with the dumbest reasons for why they should be able to like steal someone's shoes or jump on someone's back or dump some random undisclosed duffel bag at the bottom of the diving pool. Adults. They'll always think that they know better than you, because of course they know better than me, the person who's taken hours of classes on lifeguarding and CPR tests and all that. Of course. That's another thing. Why do I have to take a CPR test and lifeguarding test for a minimum wage job? Like, I understand why we need it for lifeguarding, but you think that they could like at least raise the pay a little bit above minimum wage if I have to spend like more than $100 on a test to do it? It's like a little bit, 50 cents maybe? A quarter? No? Alright. That's good. But there are perks to working at these minimum wage jobs. It's the culture, you know? Like how McDonald's people always share the secret recipes that you get when you work at McDonald's, or how like Walmart employees watch the cameras and just be like, yeah, those people are hooking up in the back closet. That's gonna work as a good hookup spot later. Those two are definitely gay, but they're trying to hide it from everyone else. Those two are definitely straight, but they're trying to hide it from everyone else. Yeah. Well, at the pool, our tradition is we like to save days that we want to remember, like days that we celebrate every year. My favorite one is what we call Poop Day. That's a fun story. So our pool is, we have 2 main pools at our place. We have, 3 main pools. We have the diving pool, we have the main pool, and we have the kiddie pool. And so one day, this was a regular day, not too many people, pretty sunny, and then one of our lifeguards blew the whistle. And I'm like, oh no, there's some problem, something's happening. So I walk down from my booth, off my break, I walk down, I'm like, what seems to be the problem? And my fellow lifeguard points in the pool, to which there is just a piece of shit right there. Right at the bottom. And this isn't some kiddie-sized log either. This is a full-on adult-sized brown monster right there. Which means that some man or woman, some grown-ass man or woman, woke up that morning, put on their clothes, walked to the bathroom, and went, not today. I'm going to the pool. Yeah. So we had to close down the pool, naturally, and because of the drainage system, we also had to close down the diving pool. So apparently, that's a hassle, because you actually have to convince people to get out of a pool if someone shits in it. Like, I don't know about you, but if I went to the gym and then I found out somebody peed on all the equipment, I wouldn't be in such a hurry to, lift some weights. I say that like I've gone to the gym within the past 2 years. Yeah. So anyway, you have to close down the pools, and so we've got one pool left, the kiddie pool, and we're like, okay, it's good, nothing worse could happen today, that's it. That wasn't it. It took 30 minutes. 30 minutes for some kid to lay a brown devil right there in that kiddie pool. A nice wet one, ironically. So, naturally, again, we had to evacuate the pool, and we had to convince parents that it wasn't worth it to dip your heads in the pool. Because maybe, a shit-stained pool is not the best place to go for a swim. And that's a story of how the entire public pool got closed down within the span of an hour because 2 people couldn't walk 20 feet to the bathroom. Thank you guys so much for coming.
That was pretty funny for an Australian. I mean that in a derogatory sense. Okay. Our next performer is Ayush. I'm not going to tell you where he's from. You can guess. Here he comes.
How we doing tonight? Nice. That was. I need a little more noise than that. How we doing tonight? Awesome. I've got a situation. I've got a problem. I have a hard time convincing people that I'm not gay. And like, there's no easy way to explain to someone that you're not gay without sounding homophobic, you know? You can't be like, I'm not gay, I swear! Like not even a little bit. Like you can't just say that, because you sound like a jerk, right? And it was so bad to the point where, like, in high school, people would call my girlfriend a beard. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's when, like, a gay person dates someone to, like, make other people think they're straight, right? And like, a lot of brown guys have beards. I just think I got the wrong message. I think I got the wrong message in that one. So spring break's over. Yeah, that seems about right. No one likes to be at school. Make some noise. Where'd you guys go for spring break? Yell some places out. All right, that just sounds like a bunch of gibberish, but nice. I went to New Hampshire. Yeah, it was. You're from New Hampshire? What part of New Hampshire? I don't know where that is, dog. I'm not gonna lie. My girlfriend's family is from New Hampshire, and we went to a place called Laurel Lake. Do you know where that is? No. Are you from New Hampshire? Okay. We went to a place called Laurel Lake, and it was just me and my girlfriend, and it was a good time. It was a good time. We drove up to New Hampshire. It's a 12-hour drive. And if anyone here is from Pennsylvania, I'm so sorry. That state is a horrible state. I was born in Pennsylvania, and I left within a month. So Pennsylvania is like, it's like my friend Sean. It's just flat and nothingness. Just kidding. He has a big butt. He's still stupid though, so the nothingness still applies. So we went to New Hampshire. There was still snow there, which was not nice because it was spring break. And like while we were in New Hampshire, my like main goal, I treated it like an RPG video game. If any of you guys know what that is. My main goal was to like spend time with my girlfriend, enjoy my time, enjoy the break. I had like side goals though. I had like side missions. My first side mission was, hold on, I don't have an opportune time to drink water, so just wait. My first side mission was to find a school, because I swore they were illiterate up there. The welcome to New Hampshire sign was, it was like, welcome to New Hampshire. It was spelled so weirdly. And my girlfriend, she has dyslexia. She was like, it seems fine to me. I was like, okay. I found a school after searching for like 4 days. And I had to like search Google Maps. My second goal, and really this is kind of a goal for everywhere, was I wanted to get called a slur. just to see if there were racist up there. So this meant I was a menace. I was jaywalking the same street back and forth. I was standing in front of the fruits at the grocery store. I was a menace. But unluckily, I didn't get called. I guess not unluckily. Luckily, I didn't get called a slur. I did get a couple of the like white people grimaces, like you know when they stare at you for no reason. I don't know why they do that. Why do you do that, white people? Just kidding. And my third and my final goal, my third and final side mission. It was to find people of color, because gosh, everything there was white. Holy cow! I was tracking them like a racist in the South, just like curry powder, math skills, and the feeling that you'll never satisfy your parents. Yup, he's this way. Yup, the brown guy's this way. And to my avail, I didn't find any in New Hampshire. I found 3 in Vermont though. Let's go, Vermont. Woo! Nobody likes Vermont. Gosh, jeez. New Hampshire was just like it was like an interesting place to me. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the next bit on the set. Yeah. All right, I'll go into this part. We went to a Dunkin Donuts because apparently the Dunkin Donuts up there are more authentic. I don't know if they're like selling bagels down here or something, but the Dunkin Donuts up there are more authentic. And so we went in, and it was like a deja vu moment for me, because I grew up in Blacksburg. I grew up in the southwestern Virginia. I walk into the Dunkin Donuts. Behind the counter working there, it's a white lady with half her teeth and a sleeve. And I was like, this is just like home. she looked just like the lady at Grey Clips that cut my hair. It was so crazy. I was like, I don't know my Grey Clips lady's name, but dang, I can't remember the last part. You know? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad that we were able to turn from like 6 people in the crowd to like not 6 people in the crowd. That's awesome. You should have been here before. And then you would have seen how not many people there were. Dang, it's a really good joke too. I can't remember. Oh, I'm gonna drink water in the meantime. Thanks, bar lady. I went up to the bar lady at the show before the show, and I go, and she was like, "Do you want to open a tab?" I was like, I'm 19. I don't know how a bar works." She had to explain it to me as if I couldn't read and I was dumb. She was like, "Well, you can either pay for stuff now, or you can pay for stuff later." And then my friend over there, he was like, he's Irish, so he knows how a bar works. He was like, "You're not gonna get anything else, just pay for it now." I can't remember it. I'm gonna look through my joke book afterwards, and I'm gonna remember it. I'm gonna be like, dang, I wish I had said that. Anyways, I'll end you on this one. I don't know how this one's gonna land because I didn't even write it down. But you remember Shia LaBeouf, right? Yeah, the Just Do It guy. In 2020, a lady named FKJ Twigs accused him of sexual assault. He really just did it. Okay, that's my set. My name is Ayush Matodia. Thank you guys. Before I leave the stage, we have a show March 25th at the Haymarket Theater. We're trying to get 300 people to that show. Please come. Tell your friends. Yeah. I'm also the treasurer of the club. Figured they make the Indian guy the treasurer. So if you want to donate to the club, give me your money. Or I'll give you my Venmo. Thank you guys.
Wow, you clapping for me? Oh. Anyways, I remember the first time that the bar lady hit on me. It was, I came in, no, you remember it pretty well. I came in, I ordered the cheese sandwich, and you said that'll be $6? Like, come on, get off me. Anyways, our next performer is, I always forget the name, it's Mulhart?
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Shout out to the bar lady. Yeah. My name is Mulhar, so you pronounce it mul as in multiply, and then har as in you're laughing at me, which works well on stage. No, it doesn't. Okay. You must have noticed I'm British, so I speak English in Times New Roman. Yeah. I'm new here. I came last semester, and getting used to America, always a tough thing to do. I remember my first encounter with the southern accent was when I just came outside my living room one day, and there's a maintenance guy just standing there. And there was a leak in the ceiling, but I didn't know it at the time. So I was like, "You're not my roommate." And then he opened his mouth, and the words that came out sounded exactly like he was speaking fluent Cockney Joe, right? He was like, I was like, "What's wrong?" He was, "What happened, Cockney Joe? I've been there a long time." I was like, "What? Why do you need a banjo to fix a leak? Why is there a horse in my living room? How do you fix a leak with a shotgun? I don't know. I'm so confused." But yeah, that was a very interesting experience. Went to Walmart to shop, the first time. I didn't know you could buy groceries and weapons at the same time. I thought that was a thing, so next time I went to Target, searched for 20 minutes, didn't find anything. So I asked the guy, I go up to him and was like, yo, fam, where's the guns? And then he looks at me like I'm the donor, right? He's like, we don't have guns in Target. I'm like, what? The store's name is Target. If anything, you should only be selling guns. I don't get you lot. I met my roommates recently. They're a bunch of weirdos. No offense to them. One of my roommates has been having obnoxious sex recently. And I woke up at like 12 a.m. last night, which is like late for me. And then my brain kicked in, and I'm an engineer, so I started analyzing, right? I was like, good rhythm. I was like, shut up, brain. You don't need to be doing this right now. My other roommate, he's not a Nazi, but he's really obsessed with Hitler, right? And he just spits out random Hitler facts sometimes. And now I have random Hitler facts sometimes. Like, I don't know. But yeah, he also gives directions weird. He's like, take the Third Reich. Why are you putting your hand up, bro? Relax. What's going on? But yeah, I was also looking at places to go for spring break. Turns out Virginia in the world has the weirdest named places. May I narrate some out to you right now? If you've been there, I'd like a cheer to know why you were there. I'll start with Bumpass, Bumpasy. And they try to make it bougie as well, Bumpass. It's like, what? No. Ass, a woman. That's a place. Jamaica. Yeah. Next time you see a Jamaican, like, yeah. 20 minutes from whatever. My personal favorite, Tight Squeeze. I kid you not, there's a place called Tight Squeeze and Short Pump. I know what that is. Yeah? Why? Why is it called Short Pump? Oh, great. There's a mall there, of course. The nomenclature makes sense. But yeah, I went to go see my parents for winter break. They live in Dubai. It's my first time visiting Dubai. I got to see my brother as well. My brother's a hilarious dude. He says the funniest shit sometimes. I don't get it. He was having a heated debate with my mom, and I turned to him and was like, fam, you got too many opinions. He was like, nah, bro. It's 2022. You gotta have opinions about everything. Everything? Yeah, test me. Test me. I was like, okay. Quantum physics. He goes, nah, don't like it. There's just something quantum about the physics. What? What are you saying? I heard him like stomp downstairs once because my mom was calling, and all I heard was Harry Potter and the audacity of this woman. What? What are you saying? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, I got to see him. That's always a good thing, and I had an interesting experience in Dubai. One day my dad goes, wake up early tomorrow. We're gonna go to the zoo. Give me a cheer if you like zoos. Animals, animal lovers. Awesome. You're gonna love the story. So the next morning we go to see the zoo, right? But we drive 1 hour out of the city. I was confused. And then when we get there, there's nothing there but barren wasteland and desert, right? And I'm looking at the wrong side, because on the other side of the street was a gigantic mansion, right? Turns out we're just going to some dude's backyard where he's built his private zoo. And only in Dubai can you see this shit. So I'm there like, what is happening? And we're just staring at the gate, right? There's like a massive gate, we're just staring at it. And to the side of the gate, there's a small door. It opens up. A small dude walks out, he goes, Habibi, come. I like the word Habibi, it's nice to say. But yeah, so we went inside, and as soon as I stepped into his backyard, I witnessed biomes change, right? Outside, desert, inside, tropical rainforest. This man built paradise in his backyard, right? And for the first 10 minutes, I was being so rude. I was like, it's not even that great. It's not even like, I don't even see good animals. It's like mid at best. I'm shitting on this guy's personal, like, collection of animals, right? Not a great look, not a great look. Until the dude showing us the zoo stops at this one cage, and then he turns back to us and he does this. He goes, monkey. Like, do you need to tap your chest? But that's his way of introducing the animals, and that became a recurring theme. But yeah, so the monkey in the cage was really rare. It was like a blue-faced monkey, and I didn't know it had a blue face until I came closer to it. But I did a quick Google as to how many blue-faced monkeys there are in the world. The population is unknown. This man just found blue monkey somewhere. Did he paint it blue? I didn't believe it, right? So I went closer to the cage. I was like, I want to see this monkey. It's blue. And I took a step forward. And as I took a step forward, the monkey took a step forward to me. And I was like, okay. Then I took another step forward. And then it reached its hand up to me, right? Okay, wait. Let me just roll up my sleeves. Okay. It reached its hand up to me. And I reached my hand up to him, you know? I was like, yo, this is a moment right here. Like, you know, ape, man, the predecessor, the advanced. You know, I was having a moment. And as our hands touched, he dabbed me up. He dabbed me up. He's like, trying to rush? What? Trying to get in? What? What's this monkey fraternity? What's happening right now? At this point, you're like, oh, Malhar. That's my name. It's really cruel to have animals in cages. It's animal cruelty, bro. If I told you what his cage looked like, you're gonna say like, Pritchard is animal cruelty. You're gonna say Slusher is bro. This cage, bro. He had a studio cage. This man had like one bed, one bath, and all the services. Fam, I kid you not. He had a Wi-Fi. I was like, why does the monkey? I asked the guy why he needs a Wi-Fi. The guy, you know what the guy said? He's like, the monkey likes to look at animals in the wild and laugh at them, cause he's living the good life. He's like, ha ha, you know. But yeah, we saw several monkeys that day. I've never seen these monkeys before in a normal zoo. Yeah, and as we were walking, I walked past some flamingos. These birds weren't even caged. They chose to stay there. These birds migrate, but imagine having a backyard so cool, like flamingos just stay there, bro. They were just chilling. They're just like, trying to get in. What? What is going on? But yeah, I saw lots of weird animals that day, and took us to a tent, a big tent. I just stopped there for a second. My jaw on the floor. I was like, are we gonna address the elephant in the room? The gigantic Lamborghini. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I just wanted to say elephant in the room. That was a good pun. Shut up. But yeah, by the end of it, I had a dog go off near the end of the tour. I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa! There's a dog here? Great! I know a creature. I came closer to the dog, bro. I've never seen anything like that before. He had like some rare, like glow-in-the-dark dog, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. He pointed to the dog. He said 2. I don't know what 2 he meant. Like 2 million, 2 creatures, 2 anything. I don't know. By the end of it, I was just like, Malhar, take me, take me. I want to live here. Thank you so much. That's been my set.
Hello. Please come back.
Rock, pay for it.
All right. I'm usually supposed to think of a transition joke for the next person, but I couldn't think of one, so there's no joke. Our next performer is probably the funniest guy in the club. His name is Anthony. Please give him a big round of applause. Great, I'm Anthony. That's my name. All right. Well, I wanted to, you know, what I started to learn to do is you have to address the audience, so I'm going to start talking to you guys like people now. So, actually it's a big audience, but that's not my joke. All right, here's my joke for you. Do you never notice the phrase that a man who drives a big car, a big truck, is overcompensating for something? You know that phrase? Hey, you know, I don't own a car. No, it's still really small, I'm just kidding. Dude, like, you can't even see it. All right, whatever. That was a stupid joke. Anyways, I'm going to be a little bit serious with you guys. Did you guys hear now? They lifted the mask mandate in the school. And at first, I was so excited. And then I looked at everyone. Dude, I did not realize this many people were unattractive. I mean, no offense to you guys, but like, mask up. Anyways, on a completely unrelated note, not related at all. Did you guys hear about the new COVID strain? I think like everybody in this section should put a mask, you know? Because, you know, safety. Also, you're ugly. I didn't really have a very long set plan, so I have for you only one good joke. And this is the best joke I've ever heard in my life. My friend told me it. They're in the audience. I'm not going to tell you who they are, though. All right, here goes. Now pay attention. This is a little bit of a long one. A boy asks out a girl to prom. And so she says yes. He's really excited. He says, wait a second, but I'm not ready for prom. There's so many things I have to do. So he goes to the store. The first thing he does is buy a shirt. He waits in the shirt line. Gets the shirt. He says, wait, I have a shirt but no tie. So then he waits in the tie line. Says, I've got a shirt, a tie, I've got no pants. So then he waits in the pants line. Now, he also has no shoes. Guess where he waits? The shoes line. He buys the shoes. He has all the things now. And so, after this he says, okay, how am I going to get to prom? I need a car. So he waits in the limo line, rents a limo. So finally he has all the things he needs. He gets the girl, they go in the limo, they drive off, they get to prom, and they get there, and then all of a sudden they realize, wait a second, I have no ticket to get into prom. So he waits in the ticket line. He buys the ticket. He and the girl go inside. They're having the time of their life. They're dancing, they're singing. This is a night that they're going to remember for the next 50 years. When all of a sudden the girl says, actually, I'm kind of thirsty. Could you get me something? The boy says, absolutely, honey. There's no problem with that. He goes to get her some punch. Oh, but there was no punchline. I just wasted 3 minutes of your life. All right, I need to go back to being the host again. 1 second. Dude, that last guy was really funny. Wow. Anyways, I completely forgot who's the next guy. I think his name is Nico. Is there a Nico here? Anyone? Clap for him.
You guys seen that Aussie bloke kid eating poop scooping shit anywhere? Sorry, I just want to do an Australian accent. No shade, no shade. Why can't we get this fucking out of here? You know what, I'll just sit. Alright, so my life's been like a movie recently. I started seeing this Brazilian girl, and she's spicy, spazito. She's been teaching me Italian. A Brazilian girl has been teaching me Italian. My grandfather would fucking kill me. Honestly, he's probably gonna... When he finds out that I'm speaking Italian, he's gonna be happy. He's like, where the fuck you learning this from? This girl, where's she from? San Pablo? And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You going with those Brazilians? And I'm like, no, it's not like that. She's Italian at heart. But anyway, she's like, trying to start World War III over at my house already. My roommate is he's a comedian here. Yeah, comedian. And he's a nice guy, but he's a little messy. And the first time my girl came over to my house, she was not very happy, let's just say that. So she and I cleaned the entire fucking house on spring break. Oh yeah, how was everyone's spring break? Now you know I gotta ask. A lot of mixed signals, you know, me too. I had a really shitty break. We're gonna get into it, but Anyway, so this girl, after we got back from a trip at the end of break, she sees that the house is messy. We had cleaned the house before we left, spotless, right? So she is enraged, like Dante's Inferno has been lit inside her. She is gonna kill this motherfucker if she sees him. So she runs up the stairs as soon as we go home, and we have our two friends with us, and we're like, what the fuck? And she's like, Harris, are you fucking home? And I'm like, oh my god, here we go, this is it. And then she's like, I don't think he's home. I think that he just made a mess, and then he just left it for everyone. And then I'm like, oh, here we go. And then we sit back down, and we're cooking dinner, and then he comes down, and then he grabs a beer, and my one friend's like, hey. And then he wasn't trying to antagonize him, he was just saying hey. And then he just looked at him weird, cracked his beer, started drinking it, and then walked up the stairs slowly, very passive aggressively. Then Bia, my girl, was he's home. That was her first thought. He's home. Books it upstairs. She's like, Harris, I need to tell you something. If you're gonna leave the place a goddamn mess, I think that I should leave your entire life a goddamn mess. When Nico moves out of this house, you're gonna drown in your own filth. And then Harris, silence, just passive aggressive text. It doesn't matter. But no, that's just what it's like dating someone who is nice and passionate about you, wants to see good things for you. But it is interesting, to say the least. But anyways, going on, I had a really shitty break. So two of my childhood best friends decided to come visit me here in Blacksburg before I went on a trip for spring break. And we're going to change their names. One of them is going to be called Ryan, and the other one is going to be called Hundy. Alright. So, Hundy has done a lot of psychedelics. And several times, once over, he's tried a good amount. So he comes and he's like, hey man, I'm here with my bros. I want to take some shrooms. And we're chilling and he gets some shrooms. And then he's like, let's go back to your house and take some shrooms. And I'm like, I'm not going to do shrooms. But I guess you can do shrooms, even though, hey, I don't think you're in the best headspace. There's a backstory to that. He's got some stuff that's going on. He's depressed, whatever. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be tripping for the 12th time in a year. That might not be the safest and healthiest choice, but here you go. I mean, it wasn't me who said, take him, I told him not to. So anyways, he takes them, he's fine and dandy. He's like, I love you guys, it's so great. He's looking at this blanket, like, the fibers are just there. Life is so beautiful. And he's listening to music. He's like, let's play the piano. Everything is fine and dandy. Life is so worth living. But then something changed. There's something, I think I looked at the graph of how a trip goes. It's like, it shot up. He shot up, and I don't know, it was part of the trip. It might have been the manic episode that he got into, but something changed. He started acting crazy. He's like, I'm enlightened, I am God, we are everything. He's like, we are the one. We are it. You hear me? Water cycle, God. I was like, what the fuck, man? You're not making any sense. And then he starts running around and acting crazy. Then he gets all silent, and I'm like, what's going on? He gets all silent, and then he's like, I need water really badly. I'm like, okay, man, yeah, here's some water. And he takes this glass of water, he chugs it, and then he's like, and he pours it all over himself and throws it on the ground and slams it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? My friend and I are just we're standing here just bro, you're just breaking our glasses. What the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I am Shiva. I was like, what the fuck is Shiva, bro? You're going out. He's like, I'm a shaman. He's going into all this Eastern religion shit. And I was like, where is this coming from, Handy? I'm so confused. It was terrifying. And then he runs upstairs. And then he's starts going into my roommate's bathroom. And he starts fucking flooding the fuck out of me. He takes the carpet, the rug, to wipe your feet off after you come out of the shower. And he throws it into the bathtub. And he's like, yeah. And he starts fucking turning on the water. And he's like, water. And he's fucking going so into it. He starts taking the water and he starts dumping it into the floor and tile, trying to flood the bathroom. And then he's
he's like screaming, he's like, I am God, I am Shiva. I'm like, what the fuck are you going on? And my friend Ryan, he's like, oh, this is the most tragic thing that's ever happened in his entire fucking life. And his mom's just a Moldovan woman, he's just a little Moldovan kid. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what's going on. And this kid, our best friend, is acting reckless and crazy. And then he breaks the shower curtain, he's like, I'm gonna smash the glass. So then I catch it, and then he tries to hit me. And then something awoke in me. I don't know what the fuck happened. Tony Soprano came out and I fucking bopped him in the face. And then he hit his head against the bathtub and fell to the ground. I was like, holy shit, I just killed him. Hundy's dead. We're fucking done. Pops right back up. He's like, ready to go. He's like, I'm not gonna hit you. And I was like, oh shit. Then he gets naked. Then he fucking runs into my roommate's room and he's all fucking soaking wet from all the fucking water and sweating because he's dehydrated from the shrooms. And then he's just looking around. He's like, I can break everything in this room. And I'm like, oh my God, do not, Hundy, do not. And then I'm like, Ryan, watch him. I'm going to get him clothes because he wouldn't put on clothes because he's a fucking, he's in a manic fucking drug-induced psychosis state, whatever. We're all freaking out. And I'm running and getting his clothes. And then he just like fucking run into me while I'm running out of my room. And he was like, where's my girlfriend at? I found my girlfriend. Like, there's no fucking girls here for you. I'm gonna beat your ass right now. And I was ready to, he was being he was just antagonized. So then he gets clothes on finally. And Nick, oh shit, fuck. Ryan's name is Nick, sorry Nick. But anyways, his name is Nick Ryan. So I was like, not being that subtle either, like, whatever. Nick Thomas Ryan, if you must know, his dad's name is Tom. But anyway, so Nick Ryan, while Hundy is freaking out, I am like trying to de-escalate the situation for him freaking out more. And Nick's like, I'm just going to sleep. I'm just gonna, remove myself from the equation. Let me start all this from the beginning. Hundy took the shrooms at 2:30 in the morning. I don't know if you know anything about shrooms, they last like 4 to 6 hours. So we were in for a night of trip sitting, which sucked. It was in the morning. So he puts on his clothes and he's like, the first thing he does is pushes Nick Ryan to the ground and run past me and run out the house. He goes and he starts he didn't make any sense. He was like, we gotta go to the mission. And I was like, what mission? And he's like, water mission. And I was like, what? And then he fucking runs to this car and he starts trying to break it with his elbow into it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Hundy? It's 6 a.m. There's people trying to wake up, go to class. And he's like, that's not gonna work. And he just fucking runs to the next one until he finds one that's open. He goes in there, he starts dumping, he finds a water bottle, he starts dumping. He's like, water mission. And he's fucking freaking out saying all this shit. And he starts taking all the glove box out, throwing it out. And Nick Ryan and I are like freaking out over here, like, Penny, get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you doing? You're gonna ruin your life. This is crazy. And then we finally get him back in. And then Hundy was like, I'm gonna kill you, in like a mocking tone to me. And this is someone that you've trashed my place, you've broken a bunch of glass, you've tried to hit me. I already hit you once. What do you think is gonna happen? You can say, I'm gonna try to kill you. This guy is also 6'4". He's a lot taller than me. So I just lost it. I just like ran up on him, threw him over my back, threw him in the back of my car, gave him a water bottle because he said that he was the water god, and I took him to the cops. And then he started, oh man, when we got to the cops, that's where the real fun began. The cops came and they were like talking to him very calmly because he was obviously in a manic episode. And they're like, hey, how you doing, buddy? And he's like, where's Nick Ryan with the water? Is he coming? He's coming with the water. And then I was like, what the fuck? This kid is a crackhead right now. And so this is my best friend growing up and he's doing this shit, spitting on everything. And then he was like, hey, what's up, Blacksburg Pig Department? And then he spit on them. And I was like, I gotta go inside before I know what happens. So then I go inside and then I'm like, hey, Grandma Hundy, he's in a psych ward. And then it was like, oh, your spring break is going well? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I drive my good friend home, and that was my spring break. It was pretty great. No resolution there. Just thought it was a, funny, uplifting story. And if you have a history of mental illness, please don't do psychedelics or an absurd amount of psychedelics, maybe once or twice, but not like that. That's my time, guys. I hope everyone stays safe and have a good break.
I was a little confused by that story because psychedelics are illegal to buy or consume, so your friend broke the law. All right. Well, our next performer is our last performer, and you know the saying, leave the best for last, and for some reason they didn't want me to perform last. I don't know why. But give it up for the very funny, very hilarious Kaden. Yeah!
Yeah, I'm ready for this shit. Yeah. All right, how are we doing tonight? We doing good? Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm just really gonna rant about some weird shit that I feel like is funny. You know, you can laugh if you want. Yeah, man. Because I'm white, I'm fat. I got glasses, I'm kind of smart, so apparently that means I'm Hitler for some reason in today's day and age. But it's weird. It's weird. We got fat people problems. Fat people problems. Or what I like to call a... See, that's what we call a fart joke anyway. Yeah. See, y'all don't know about fat people problems, you know. I'm like at that certain level of fatness where I have like too much thighs and not enough ass. So now we're just in a constant state of like pants falling down. Like you think this is one belt, no, this is two belts. Yeah, keep those up. Another thing is like 95% of the shit I eat now gives me gas, so now I have to try to like sneak fart into like every conversation. Yeah, see, you get it, bar lady, you got it. Give it up for the bartender staff, man. They're really hard. Yeah. So yeah, like I said earlier, I have glasses, so it's like I have terrible eyesight. Like, let's see, let's take a vote here. Like, yeah, you right here. I take my glasses off, boom, you have no face. You are faceless. You're like that movie of Poker Face. Yeah? It's crazy because, like, now, like, when I take showers, it's like, and if I see anything that I don't remotely recognize, it's just like, and then I take my shower in shame. And then I look back and then it's gone. It's like, well, there's 5 hours of the shining of my life. There it is. But I was taking a shower this one time, right? And and then the shower just decided that, no shower for you. The water just said bye-bye. Like halfway through, so I'm just like there, soaked, naked. I was like, okay, where do we go from here? And I just start slowly scrubbing myself, like I'm shaming, like a towel, like Anne Hathaway scene in fucking Les Miserables. It's like kind of like that, just feel shame. And then I went to bed because this was like at 11 p.m. at night, so like hopefully I don't have to poop. So the next morning came. I did have to poop, but the toilet didn't work because I have yet to call people to come fix my water. So I was like, okay, we'll throw on some shirt and shorts and we'll go to the gas station across the street. Yeah. They didn't have a bathroom. Tension rising. I was like, okay. And where I happen to live is across from a hospital, the Montgomery Hospital. It's like, okay, let's go to the hospital. So here I come in looking like a homeless person off the street, like with my mask on, with my zipper mask. And I was like, hey, you guys got a bathroom? It's like, yeah, right over there. I was like, oh, okay. And then I pooped. It's good to poop. It's good to poop, yeah. And then I went home. And then I called, got my water fixed. Apparently there was one wire that controlled the water, and I stopped working. So it's nice to know that my electricity can decide, you know what, you're going to stay dirty tonight, you naughty boy. Work it. But yeah. Another thing, I don't get, like, you ever see those ads? Like, I'm just tired of game rip-offs. Like, you see, like, ads now, they're like for the same game, and it's literally just the same game, but with different characters, like the little puzzle puller, or like, what now they got the little fucking pyramid thing, you drag people up, and now there's just too many race car games. There's too many Mario Karts in the world. And I know this because I saw a trailer by Nintendo releasing what was basically a rip-off game of Mario Kart. Nintendo did that shit. And it's just straight Mario Kart. Like, they do the little fucking flips. They go faster for like 2 seconds. But it was like, it's just these random-ass characters. Like one from fucking looking like a bird out of Digimon. I don't know if I'm that old, but yes, I know what Digimon is. And then, like, they have Final Fantasy characters. They have fucking sword fighters. What the fuck's he gonna drive? A goddamn horse? Like, what the hell? Get the horse poop power, I guess. Give that a boost. There we go. Okay. But then, anyway, yeah. So I was coming back, not from spring break. It was just, you know, a regular old spring semester. And here's the thing. Like, as a fat man, I love eating fast food, and I will say this, Burger King is better than McDonald's. Yes, there you go, I got a woo. Woo-tastic, okay. But anyway, I stopped at the Burger King, like, before making a drive back home, because it's a 4-hour drive, and I wanted to make the time, so I stopped at the hometown Burger King. And, all right, so I figure it's like, I want this to be a good filling lunch, so I'll get like stuff off the value meal. I'll get 2 cheeseburgers, a side of fries, and some mozzarella sticks. Not that hard, right? Okay, so we drive up. That's the car. I got my food, I ordered the food, and I get my food, and I pull off. And I start, you know, fiddling. I start eating. First, we have the burger. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Hold on. Thank you. Okay. I fucking love Sprite. Anyway, back to Burger King. So I get my food. I'm fiddling with it. Now the burgers, framed, broiled, goodness, just, chef kiss, baby, yes. We eat yeah, there you go, you got it. Then we get to the fries, salt bay, whatever that fucking meme is. And then finally, we get to the mozzarella sticks. I pull out the mozzarella oh wait, I fucked up the joke. I go for the mozzarella sticks, and they forgot my mozzarella sticks. I was so pissed off. Like, you forget a fat man's mozzarella sticks, like, forget fucking World War III or IV, wherever the hell it is. We got World War pork about to happen up in here. Forget a fucking mozzarella stick, god damn it. What made it more infuriating is that they remember to put the little packet of marinara sauce in the bag, but not the mozzarella sticks. I pulled that out. It's just like the, proverbial fuck you out of the Burger King workers, It's like, like how Mark Ruffalo was cast in those Avenger movies as the Hulk? Now I understand why. Because at some point down the line, they forgot his mozzarella sticks and he just went. We need that in our movie. Yeah. All right, that's it for me. My name is Cameron Phillips. Get home safe tonight.
That was a roller coaster. I never knew what it was.
I was going to ask for the money back, but I don't think I want it anymore. Okay. Well, like I told you, they saved the best for last. Yeah? Whatever, I don't know. Listen, guys, our comedy club literally makes no money, and if you even laughed once, if you manage to laugh once, please give us money. I'll stand in the back. If you give me any money, I'm not going to give it to the comedy club. I'll keep it myself. But you should still donate because, it's the right thing to do. Thank you very much for coming to our show. Our president maybe has a word for you, and clap for me. Yeah.
Hey, can we give it up for our lovely host? Wow! Hey, you killed it. That was awesome. That was his first time hosting. Absolutely spectacular. Great job. Also, one thing that we forgot to mention, we have an Instagram. Follow us there. It's comcon.vt. Comcon.vt, okay? Pretty cool. Like I said, money please. All right, thank you. In the front we go. Oh.